You're watching Total Talk. When it comes to luxury, Bentley is one of the very few brands that come into our mind. So, today we've got a Bentley Continental GT, which is a bargain of the century, and here's what we think of it. Normally we start our videos with talking about the exterior and the interior, but today we are in a Bentley. Let's start with how it drives.
Yep.
Gavin, are you excited to be in a Bentley?
Yeah, not bad.
And this is our first proper luxury car, isn't it?
Yeah.
And let's jump on to comfort mode. Normally we test cars in a very windy road and it's usually sports cars, but today we're on a different genre, a luxury car. So we're on the main road today. Let's start with talking about what really matters. I will say that the suspension on this car is very soft. Now this is a 10-year car, but it honestly puts up with the modern luxury cars from like Mercedes and BMW.
Yeah.
Not too sure how a new Bentley feels, but soon we will have one of them as well. But this suspension, you really feel like you're floating inside the car.
It's like you're being hugged by a cushion.
Yeah,
And you don't
literally.
feel anything.
And this car, just I was wondering what this car reminds me of, and that's the BMW XM. Remember the XM that we tested? It honestly reminds me of the XM because this got a V8 engine, a twin turbo V8 engine, and even on comfort mode you can hear the V8 rumble.
Yeah.
Now this does have a sports mode. We're not gonna jump into it. If you do jump on the sports mode, you can hear the engine a bit more. The exhaust opens up a little bit. But comfort, you don't really buy a Bentley to be, cruising around on sports mode. You wanna feel light-hearted and like luxurious when you're driving, and that it does. I think this is one of the best luxury cars we've had so far, and even the steering feel is very light. You honestly can't find any complaints with this at this point, because
That's true.
despite this being a 10-year car, I think this is one of the best bargains when it comes to luxury and when it comes to a statement. Having a Bentley is a statement, and this car is about $170,000. And remember when we were filming, someone came up to us and then they were like, why is it so cheap? And honestly, the only fault with Bentleys is the depreciation. That's about it. Apart from that though, I think
It's a solid car apart from those
yes,
minor issues. But
Yeah.
it's still fine.
you do feel the potholes a bit even on comfort mode, but it's okay. The only noise that you hear inside is the V8. There's no road noise, which is the very first thing that I noticed. But overall though, I think this is one of the best cars that we've had so far. The thing is, when you're in a luxury car, you don't really care about how it handles around the corners or how fast it accelerates. This has enough horsepower. It's got 500 horsepower, so when you need to accelerate and put your foot down, it's
Yeah, and also it got a massive V8 engine, so
yes.
that
And
helps as well.
You can really feel the torque.
Yeah, you
I'm
can.
dead serious. 650 newton meters of torque, and you can really feel it. But that honestly doesn't really matter when you're driving a Bentley, because you just want to be transported in a cushion, and that's honestly what it feels like.
Yeah.
Now that we've established what it's like to drive a Bentley, let's talk about what actually drives this car. It's powered by a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 which pushes out 500 horsepower and 660 newton meters of torque. It's driven via an 8-speed automatic gearbox, and it's got all-wheel drive.
Now, Bentley produced this in two different engines, a W12 and a V8 engine. Now, both of them are powerful enough, but the V8 is good. Now, this is currently for sale here in Adelaide at Motorhut Prestige for $170,000, and
Yes.
you'll go check them out.
Yes, a massive shout out to Motorhouse Prestige for lending us this car today. It is one of the best examples of a Bentley we've seen, despite this being a 10-year car and
Like-
having cream interior.
And also, when we always thought of filming a Bentley one day, we were like, oh, a Continental GT.
And-
that is one of the best options that we could get.
Now, when it comes to competition, I've noticed that people think Bentley's main competitor is Rolls-Royce, but it's actually not. It's Aston Martin. And what I've noticed is people who buy Bentleys are car guys who have money and they like cars. But people who drive Rolls-Royces or buy Rolls-Royces are people who have money and want to be driven around. Quick reminder, this Bentley was first unveiled in 2014, so it's been here for 10 years. But it's still one of the coolest looking things on earth. So let's talk about the exterior of this car.
It's still one of the best looking coupes out there. The only thing that's putting me off is the amount of chrome on this car. There's
But
so much
for a
chrome.
vehicle from 2014, I understand why there's so much
Yeah.
chrome, because chrome was a big thing back in the day. And
Yeah.
for luxury vehicles, chrome was the thing with leather seats. So
And now you can see how they've continued the front headlights. And
Yeah.
unlike on the very new Bentley, they've changed the front headlight. But these headlights are what Bentley stands for.
the circular ball looking ones,
Yes.
which is not too overly done.
And I think despite this being a big coupe, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's not too long like some coupes
Yeah.
out there, but still.
Because when you think coupe, it's sports car, it should be low, it should handle nice.
Yeah.
But this is like a luxury coupe and it does look amazing.
It's got 21-inch wheels at the front and the back. Not to forget, they are chrome. But from the side, it's one of the best looking luxury coupes out there. Moving on to the back, it does look a bit aged, and that's mainly due to Bentley going with a single oval rear tail light on the newer models, which does look good. But at the back of this car, it is a simple design and it does look a bit aggressive thanks to the quad exhaust. Safe to say that the exterior definitely screams luxury car. But what about the interior? Let's find out.
Now, with the interior, where do we even start?
The cream interior, that's where we start. Now, I will say this car is 10 years old, so someone has owned this since 2014. But the interior is pristine, and that's a massive shout out to the Motorhub Prestige team, because they've cleaned this up and it looks brand new. And one thing that I do love is the Bentley stitching on the seat.
Yeah.
And I'm matching the interior today, so just, blend in. Anyway, what do you think, Kevin?
I mean, for a Bentley, there's wood everywhere. Basically, the interior is just wood, cream interior, leather, and
Wood again.
quite a bit of wood again, and then chrome, and then chrome as well.
Yes, and you've also got wood on the steering wheel. It does feel very nice, to be honest. And now the seats, they are electronically adjustable, obviously, because this is a Bentley, and they are cooled and heated, which is quite nice on Australian summer, which is
It's needed.
it's needed. Yes. Now the instrumental cluster, or the driver's display, is analog, which I do love. I don't really like the movement of the whole digital infotainment systems.
And I also like the AC vents.
Yes, the AC fan control.
It's just pure class.
Yes.
Like, that's the coolest thing that I've seen
Yes.
so far in any of the vehicles that we have.
Literally.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the center console, this is where you get all of your driver's settings.
You do get a
And-
fancy watch in the middle.
Yes. And to shift gears, you have to press the branch symbol and pull it, which is quite nice. The steering column is electronically adjustable. Yeah, there you go. It's working now. Anyway, for a 10-year-old car, I will say
It
this.
is not bad.
And the coolest thing of them all, shall we point it out?
What? The
It's
sunglasses?
the sunglass holder. It's just embedded onto the center console.
It has wood, chrome, and a very nice Bentley symbol.
Yes. Interior, honestly, for a 2014 car,
For
it's
a Bentley.
and for
obviously.
a Bentley, it's a 10 out of 10, honestly. Overall, we can confirm that the exterior, the interior, and the engine of this car definitely screams luxury car. So, what are the final thoughts on the Bentley Continental GT? For a 10-year car with a cream interior and this being a Bentley, I think this is one of the best deals on the market right now, because
for sure.
this, I hate cream interiors because they get dirty, but this is well maintained. This honestly looks brand new when it comes to the interior. So Motorhub Prestige, you guys have done a very good job at basically maintaining this and then keeping this clean as well.
Yeah.
And this has only about 30,000 kilometers, so it's
And that's very
rare.
rare for for a Bentley.
And for a 10-year-old Bentley, so
Sure.
do not forget the fact that this is 10 years old and this only has 30,000 kilometers. I think that this has got to be one of my favorite cars because, one, it's got a very powerful engine, which it doesn't really need because it's a luxury car,
Yeah.
but it really adds to the fun of it. And what are your final thoughts on the Bentley?
My final thoughts would be now, I have to disagree on you about that this doesn't need a V8 engine. Like, it is quite powerful for a luxury vehicle.
Yeah.
But look, at the end of the day, when you have a vehicle like this, even if you're like, say, a 20-year-old kid, you would want to, like, speed a bit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying speeding is ideal in vehicles like this.
We don't recommend it, but
Yeah.
I'm suggesting.
But I'm saying with luxury vehicles, you really do not want like a normal engine in it.
Yeah.
Like, I guess you pay for the luxury, you pay for the comfort. Why not add a bit of fun and just get
Yeah.
a powerful engine?
I think that's why I prefer Bentleys overall. So it's because Bentleys are more fun to drive.
Yeah, that's true. Whereas Rolls Royce, on the other hand, although Rolls Royce is not a direct competitor of Bentley,
Yeah.
it's a bit more flashy and it's in your face. Like
Yes.
when you drive it,
You don't really drive a Rolls Royce. You get driven
you
in
get
it.
driven in it. But when you get driven in it, you do feel like, oh, okay, that guy has money.
Yeah.
But when you think of, say, Bentley, Aston Martin, Jaguar, you think of old money.
Yes.
You think of class. You think of proper English gentleman.
Yes.
So, I guess that's the ideal difference between
Yes.
a luxury vehicle of this caliber and a luxury vehicle of, I don't know,
A Rolls.
Mercedes or something like
Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. I think if I had 170k, I would get this.
True.
But what would I get a
Especially-
sports car? If I if I had 170k and I had to buy a luxury car, this.
If I had 170k, I would also buy this. But I mean, if I had to buy a luxury car, if I had 170k, I would buy, I don't know,
A sports car?
or like, I don't know, RS car or something.
Yeah, I'm getting an RS6.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we still need another 170,000 for
yeah,
that, but still.
back to this car though. One of the best cars I've driven so far, and even being the passenger princess, for the lack of a better word,
Yeah.
this is so luxurious. Like I
is.
like when you said that you felt like you were being hugged and then floating. That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
And this is the first time me be a passenger
And
in a
like
Bentley.
driving it is so smooth. Like,
Yes.
I kid you not, like
Right.
my foot is not
Right.
even like. I feel like my foot is pressing on a pillow.
Yeah.
Like, that's how comfortable it is. Like, it's mind blowing.
I will say this, for a 10-year car, this has been the most impressive car that we've driven.
Yeah.
Go check it out. Go check out Motorhub Prestige. They've got a few more cars as well, which
They got an amazing array of vehicles for you to select and
yes,
maybe buy one. And a huge shout out to them as well for
lending us a car.
lending us a car.
And that's where we'll leave the video. See you guys in the next one.
Like and subscribe.